Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So this is the October 2020 reading for my dope Virgos. So if you are cross-watching, then welcome. But also, please try to not get offended as to whatever comes up in this reading. It may have absolutely nothing to do with you. But if you know that you are prone to being triggered, just go on ahead and exit out of this reading because I'm definitely not holding back to spare anyone's feelings this month of October. It's gonna be a really intense month. Okay, so for my Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, welcome to your reading. The astrological chart that I am reading for each sign this month is based in tropical astrology, but feel free to use your sidereal or any other placements or any other type of astrology that you'd like to. I decided to bring the 3 personal piles back for each zodiac sign like I did last month. You guys seem to really love it. I loved it. And so yeah, after this main general reading that applies to all of my Virgos for this month, this is your main general reading right here. There will be a meditation to help you select a pile for a more personalized message for the month of October. I will not be divining these piles, these messages down here, these cards down here. I'll let the cards and the piles do that, but I wanted to add this, that the way not every Virgo is getting the same general message for October 2020. So let me also say that I'm not taking personal readings at this time, but thank you guys so very much for your patience. All right, Virgo, so starting off with your color card right here, because I did a color card for every zodiac sign for this month of October. And so we have the card here, Burgundy, and it says, awaken your passion, and this is the number 10. So what I'm picking up with just this card here is this is like blood, life force energy. So this is very fundamental is what I'm picking up. That's the word that I'm looking for here, is fundamental. Very central energies that you're focusing on for the month. And what I mean by that is my Virgos are going to be dealing with the root of everything, the root of problems, of things that you want to change, all of it. But you're dealing with the reason instead of the surface level issue. For example, let's say you get in an argument with a family member about money, like maybe they haven't paid you back, just an example. The money isn't necessarily the core issue. There's a deeper principle that is being offended here, and that's what's actually triggering you. Like maybe it's a feeling of that person being non-committal, and it's that flaky energy that reminds you of maybe like one of your parents or your childhood or how you grew up or something that really hits you to your core. And so every time you come across this energy, it sends you over the moon, no matter what the surface layer argument or result ends up being. So more than likely this is coming from that 4th house action that is housing your South Node currently, and will be for the next like almost couple of years. But yeah, let's just go ahead and check out your tarot cards down here. So yeah, and before you guys ask, because I already know, I'm just going to place this card right here. Before you guys ask what these tarot cards are, because you guys may ask, this is called the Dreamweaver Tarot, I believe. But yeah, let's just go ahead and check out your tarot cards. So the very first one that we have here is the Knight of Stones, otherwise known as the Knight of Pentacles. It's so cute because they look like Polaroids too. So I love these. And the next card that we have here is Temperance. Then we have the Ace of Blades, otherwise known as the Ace of Swords in reverse. Then we have the Chariot. And then we have the Tower. Prettiest tower card I've ever seen. Okay. Interesting with the Knight of Pentacles and Temperance. This is definitely healing a betrayal or a lack of seriousness. Something or someone here didn't take you as serious as they promised to, Virgo. And then with the Ace of Swords in reverse, it's like exactly there was a lie or a retreating of some sort of a promise, either from your end or someone else's. It feels like someone else's though. And then the Chariot and the Tower. So yeah, Virgo, this makes a lot of sense, especially given your astrological chart, because you have Venus moving throughout your first house. And she is also at some points throughout the month opposing Neptune in the 7th house, and Neptune is moving throughout your sign of Pisces in your 7th house. So this is a huge wake-up call, and it's been really, really annoying and difficult for you to accept this because you're a Virgo. You're a practical earth sign that is very precise and doesn't get caught up in fantasy, but someone sold you a dream and you bought into it at some point. You believed them. You believed what they were promising, what they were saying, who they came off as, and you were asking yourself in October, October, why? Why was it so easy for me to believe in this? Why was it so easy for me to get played? Why was it so easy for them to lie to me? Why was it so easy for me to believe in something that wasn't true? You want to know for yourself, how did they convince you to overlook your own practicality? So this was a major oversight that's been eating away at you. And in October, you're really ready are willing to face it, Temperance, as well as this could be you having your sort of attention pulled somewhere else that you didn't notice a certain part of your life that was unfolding a certain way. And now it's kind of gotten away from you, or it's kind of gotten, it's like the issue has inflated so much that it's like, damn, I wasn't paying attention. There's just like this, like I wasn't paying attention energy here. And that's that's a really difficult pill for you to swallow, being the sign of details, being the sign that pays attention to every little detail and every little calculation. So, this was, like I was saying, a major oversight. And in October, you are definitely ready to face it. You're ready to understand why you feel like you wanted or needed to believe in something or someone. And this was hard for you to acknowledge at first because, like I was saying, you perceive this as I got played, or I got tricked, or I got lied to, or I was betrayed. I don't want to revisit this because I feel foolish with this Ace of Swords in reverse. I wasn't as sharp as I normally am. This person got me at a vulnerable time. And this is what makes it feel, this sting of betrayal feel so much worse, because you're normally on top of this, but you let your guard down because somebody came in and they really sold themselves to you in a way where it was like, I don't have to have my guard up. I don't have to be as on my P's and Q's as much as I am. Virgo's a very high strung energy because of the simple fact that you guys are on top of every little thing. You're the sign of service. So of course you're on top of every little thing, because you want to make sure that you are performing to the best of your abilities. It's all about performance with Virgo in a different way than it is for Leo. But there's those sort of aspects that sort of bled over from your predecessor, which is your Leo energy. It sort of bled into that Virgo energy, which is all about performing to the best of your abilities, and really getting to those details where it's like, damn, I've thought about everything. I've covered all my tracks. But here's somebody or something had you sort of feeling like, I don't have to be as on top of this. I don't have to watch out as much for this. And you are really blaming yourself here because you're like, I should have never let my guard down. And this is really, it's honestly pissing me off for you, because it's like you guys are already so on top of every little thing all the time. That is just like, you guys deserve to have a break. You deserve to be in relationships where you don't have to always be on edge. You deserve to be in situations and jobs and scenarios where you don't always have to be so on top of every little thing. You deserve to sit back and kick your feet up and let your hair down and relax sometimes. And when we don't have the ability to do that, even just for a moment, and we're always on our toes, it causes a lot of suspicion and it causes a lot of anxiety. Because there's no moment for rest, and everything needs to be done in moderation. You may feel like you weren't thinking straight, and the Chariot is kind of like, some of you feel like you meant nothing to this person or situation as well, because maybe they moved on very quickly after you. Whatever this situation or person was, it's as though maybe they moved on very quickly after dealing with you, and it seems like this happened fast, like maybe like a week or a month later. And this person or situation is already on to the next phase, the next chapter, the next person, the next situation. And so you're healing the way that you see yourself, and you're going or working at your own pace with this Knight of Pentacles, because you're realizing like, wow, I really wasn't on the same page with this other person or situation. I was thinking long term and they were just here for the moment. And so some of you, this anxiety or some sort of mental health dilemma you may be dealing with, and you want to understand, why can't I get control over how I feel? You're almost scared of yourself. You're almost scared of taking another chance or opportunity, because you need to know why first. Because it's like, before you jump back out there and try again, you feel it's very important for you to get down to the bottom, to the core, to the root of why you keep ending up in some sort of situation with the Chariot and the Tower card right here. Why you keep ending up in this sort of situation. Because these two cards, the Chariot and the Tower are your energy, and you want to understand why where you feel like every time that you're in control, or every time you make the decision, or every time you take the reins, every time you get in the driver's seat, every time you take action, why does this result end up happening with the Tower right here? Every time I take control with the Chariot, every time I make decisions, every time I'm in the driver's seat, it always ends up in a Tower moment. It never works out the way that you want it to when you're in control. You're really questioning yourself. But Virgo, a lot of this has to do with Neptune retrograde in your 7th house in the sign of Pisces. Neptune completely takes away our ability to feel in control, our ability to feel stable, our ability to feel grounded. Neptune can put this almost rose-colored filter as well onto things where we're not properly seeing someone or something. We're not properly assessing them. They may be showing us red flags and we may interpret that as green lights. It's hard to know what's happening with Neptunian energy. And it's retrograde in your 7th house. 7th house deals with the other. It deals with other people in your life, dynamics, mirror reflections, karma, as well as Uranus is in your 9th house, causing sudden changes or fluctuations in what it is that you believe in. 9th house is all about what you believe in, what resonates with you, what speaks to your core, what speaks to your spirit. You have some 9th house energy going on there. So there can be with Uranus being Uranus, the god of changes and sudden surprises and disruptions and chaos, in your 9th house, causing sudden changes and fluctuations in what you believe. So there can be some gullible energy that you feel you fall victim to very many times because there's so many sudden realizations that kind of depend on people's actions and how they move. So it's like with you there, and it's so interesting because you're mutable energy, but I'm picking up a lot of fixed energy here, where it's like the second that you meet somebody, whatever it is that you see on the surface, you're kind of expecting them to show up as that person every single day for as long as you know them. Like, let's just say you meet somebody, right? And they seem very, like they take very good care of themselves, right? And then let's just say you guys decide to get into a relationship and you guys decide to move in with each other. It's a very quick energy here in this example, but let's just say you guys decide to move in with each other and you find out like, oh, they only take care of themselves when they're going out somewhere. But as far as it comes to like the home, they're really messy, they're really dirty. And so it's like you're learning this new aspect of them that you never saw before. Yeah, that's what this is. It's like with these new situations, with you finding out new things and new aspects, new traits about this person, you're kind of realizing like, wow, it's changing the way that you see this person. It's changing the way that you see a certain situation. So, and like I was saying, yes, Uranus is the god of sudden changes, but he's also the god of free will and choice. And you being a mutable sign, you are already very elastic when it comes to what you feel and or know. So as choices present themselves and as realizations happen, it's like you can't settle anywhere. It's like this is and you know what? This is a download that I actually received the other night. And it's crazy how much this goes along with your reading. This is probably for your energy. But what I got was when we first meet someone, immediately upon meeting this person, we kind of start to formulate this unconscious image. And it might not even be a person. It could be a situation, a job, something like that. But immediately we start to formulate this unconscious image of this person or situation, where in the beginning, things are very surface level because we're just solely going off of what we see, because we haven't gotten to know them yet. And I don't care how sensitive or empathic or gifted, spiritually gifted someone is, you cannot know all of anyone when you're first meeting them. We are a child of the universe, meaning that each and every one of us are a product of infinite vastness. So there is an infinite universe that lives within us, within everything that's living. We spend our whole lives as us, and we never get to know every ounce of the self because we're constantly evolving. There's always something new to learn about our own selves. So our time is very precious because there's so much about ourselves that we're constantly discovering. And it makes our time invaluable or priceless. So obviously you can't get to know all of someone in totality. Doesn't matter how many years you spend with them. You could spend 80 years with them. You'll never get to know all of them. You'll never get to know all of you. But it's a real act of love to try to get to know someone, to get to know all of someone, because you are choosing to divide up your time or to share your time, something that is invaluable and priceless. You're choosing to share it or to spend it getting to know someone else's universe, getting to uncover someone else's universe. And should you decide to spend your time getting to know someone else, the more we get to know, the more that we uncover about them, the more of an image that we start to fill in about who someone is. And so we're not necessarily committing to that first image that we meet of someone. for the rest of our lives, because that person is changing and transforming and evolving. And as they evolve, our unconscious image of them does as well, which means we're constantly getting to know a new person, and we are constantly grading or judging or assessing this person and all the new things that we uncover about them. But the thing is that all these judgments are happening on an unconscious level. These are micro adjustments that we're making to how it is that we see someone or a certain situation the more that we learn about them. And we do the same exact thing with ourselves. We uncover or fill in more of this image as we get to know more of ourselves. So you're being asked in October, Virgo, to grade that image. How do you feel? Not just about one person's image, but everyone around you, including yourself. There's also a message about time coming up with this Knight of Pentacles here. Don't worry about how long it takes to get to know someone new or to meet someone or to form a bond. You have a choice here. Either you can surround yourself with people whose images don't make sense or add up to who they claim to be, or you can choose to surrender to the universe and allow spirit to interject and put people in your life that you don't have to wait 5 or 6 or 10 years to get to know before you discover some sort of deal-breaking element to them that you can't accept, with the Chariot and the Tower card right here. So let me just flip a clarifier here just to kind of see what the situation is about in October. See if I get an answer, more of a precise answer from spirit as to what this energy, this Chariot Tower energy here is. Ace of Blades in reverse. Let's see. 8 of Cups. Yeah, again, you got to walk away from some sort of situation or some sort of idea that you held about someone. And then we have Knight of Cups in reverse, again, relationship. The Hangman in reverse, very uncomfortable. This is like, Hangman in reverse is like long-lasting discomfort. That's too many cards. That's like long-lasting discomfort. Knight of Cups in reverse, somebody, like I said, offering you an image, offering you something that didn't turn out to be the way that they presented themselves as. And now you're walking away from not just that person or situation, but you're also walking away from the idea that you held in your head. And sometimes it's harder to walk away from that idea than the actual person or situation. That's the sad part. And I've been there. I know how difficult that is. Let's see. Let's get another one. So this looks very relationship centered for very many of my Virgos. 2 of Pentacles, yeah. So it's just kind of like you don't really, 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, it's just kind of like you don't really, it's kind of like you're feeling like there's nothing you can do about a situation with this 8 of Pentacles in reverse. 2 of Pentacles, you're trying to really figure out how to handle it. Knight of Cups, Hangman in reverse. This is definitely 8 of Cups here. This definitely feels like a relationship. It feels heart-centered. So if it's not a relationship, it's definitely heart-centered for sure. Definitely heart-centered. Let's go ahead and start checking out you guys' oracle cards here. Okay. Very first card that we have, Virgo, I analyze. So this is, yeah, this is your energy. Then we have Venus, love. Yeah. Okay. So this is definitely relationships and love for some of you. Then we have Saturn return, age, Sun, spirit. So you're dealing with some egos here. Somebody has like the song that's coming to mind is Beyonce's Ego song. You may be dealing with somebody whose ego is overinflated. Then we have the card here, Scorpio and Gemini. I had to add my Astro Soul cards in here because it's like I can't do a reading without these cards anymore. Like, okay, so yeah, getting to your oracle cards. Virgo, I analyze. Exactly. You are calculating and analyzing and realizing things later than you'd like to. And you're sick of feeling like you're wasting your time getting to know someone only to find out I actually don't like you or vibe with you or fuck with you at all. Or this could be a job or some other aspect of your life. And Venus, love, this has a lot to do with relationships. We are in the season of Libra, which rules the other. It rules the 7th house, which is partnerships, equilibrium, dynamics, justice, exchange. And we are currently in the season that is all about exchange, where our awareness focuses in on what am I getting out of this? What did I get out of that? And is it fair or harmonious for me? Is this fair compensation? So, for sure, as well as Venus is traveling through your first house, so there could be a huge focus on another person besides yourself. You may be putting a lot more into someone else than yourself. But with this Virgo card here, make sure that you are putting as much time and energy into yourself as you do with others. Saturn return. Some of you may be experiencing your Saturn return as well if you are, late 20s, early 30s. But this is all about karma, reaping what you sow, paying for actions, choices, and decisions, as well as Saturn rules the things that we know and are sure of. So there's a lot of questioning, like I mentioned earlier, of am I sure? Is this what I really want? A lot of maturation this October is coming to my Virgos if you are paying attention and doing the work. And Sun Spirit is saying, do not shy away from this. Face it head on versus keeping this buried in your subconscious or your heart. Do not harden your heart behind the situation or this person. And Scorpio and Gemini, this is unconscious feelings somehow making their way into your relationships this month or into certain conversations where you don't mean to be so transparent, but it's like you cannot hold it in any longer. And so you are ready to talk about it or to acknowledge it or to realize it. So there's like a lot of also as well sort of pulling out your shadow, pulling out inner fears, pulling out things that you were kind of trying to ignore maybe. Next two cards that we have here, what do we need to release? Waning Moon. And then we have confidence is your key to success, New Moon and Leo. Okay. So confidence is your key to success. And what do you need to release? You're struggling with confidence this October with Uranus retrograde in your 9th house. Uranus is bringing up sudden or hidden or abrupt facts that you cannot unsee once you learn them. It's something that you have to factor into the equation after you see it or learn about it or hear it. It's like how I was talking about with that unconscious image that is constantly shape-shifting. Don't forget, Virgo, that in October, this is really all about you. You may be trying to crack someone else's code when in reality, it's understanding yourself. That's where all the answers are. That's the true code that you need to spend your time trying to crack. You may need to release this obsessive or persistent focus on other people as well. There may sort of be kind of like an obsessive focus here on other people. Let's see your cards for the month from the goddess Ma'at. And so she says here, her laws, the 42 laws of Ma'at, her 2 laws for you this month are, I communicate with compassion, all right? And yeah, look at that. It says, I remain in balance with my emotions. Yeah. Okay, so this exactly, yeah, you're feeling a bit triggered and it's uncomfortable for you because this runs really deep. It's kind of like a toothache, it's like those nerves run really deep, and that's what your triggers are doing in October. It's like a surface level issue or a conversation that really doesn't matter will trigger or activate or sort of sting that nerve ending, and it sort of feels like it pierces you all the way to your core, just like shooting all the way into your root chakra. So first word that came to me in your reading was fundamental, like I was talking about, meaning core or root. So this is a lot of root chakra work here as well for this month. Keep working on your root chakra this October as much as you can. And yeah, conversations will be important because it'll also help with your confidence as well. And Leo energy, new moon and Leo confidence, it deals with solar plexus energy, but yeah, for sure. Let's go ahead and check out the some advice from your angels for this month. So we have here peace, and this is Archangel Chamuel. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. Okay. Then we have spread your wings, and it says, Archangel Ariel, do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. Okay. And then we have take your power back. And it says, Archangel Raziel, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So whatever situation you're in, you can definitely use your manifestation powers to get yourself out of it. But for sure, would take your power back and spread your wings in peace. This is all about you, like I was just saying. Don't forget about you, Virgo. You may be in October so fixated on someone else and all their antics that you miss out on you, that you miss out on these deep levels of insight that you could be gaining about you. And once you realize that, like, actually this is about me, not them, not solving them, not figuring them out, but actually me figuring me out, because I'm the one that chooses who gets to spend their time with me. I'm the one that gets to decide, I want to spend my time or share my time getting to explore your universe. And you're the one that gets to decide that. So don't forget your own power. Take your power back. Don't feel like you're the one that people are choosing. You need to remain that feeling of like, no, I'm the one that's in control here. I'm the one that's making the choice. And it's not necessarily about like this control thing, but you just need to remember that like at the end of the day, it's not that people are choosing you. Because sometimes when we end up feeling like options to people, it really kind of weighs on our self-esteem. And you don't need to feel like an option, because you're not an option. So don't tell yourself that you are, and don't put yourself in a situation to be someone else's option, especially somebody unavailable. Don't get so fixated on someone else and what they're doing that you don't realize how that nerve connects back to you and not necessarily them. It has nothing to do with them. In actuality, this month is using other people as catalysts and mirrors to reflect back to you things that you need to become more aware or accepting of. So take your power back and claim your peace by not forgetting that you are the star of this movie. You got to remember that though. Let's see your health cards for the month. So we have here, do more research, and it says, Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for clearly and gently leading me to the information that I need to know for my well-being. Please give me the courage to be assertive as I take charge of my healthcare needs. Yeah, you're going to have to take care of you. You're going to have to take care of you this month for sure. Then we have here improving health. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for your comforting reassurance about the situation. Yeah, like I was saying, really depend on your own manifesting abilities. And go to your spiritual team for sure and ask your body for a message. Dear body, please help me hear your messages. Archangel Raphael, please guide me in honoring and respecting my body's needs. I don't know why, but meditation came up really strongly for me with this card here. Really, really strongly. Let's go ahead and check out your relationship cards here. So these are like your platonic relationships, family relationships, friends, things like that. So let's go ahead and see the energy surrounding those. And we have here third chakra, and it says the energy of the solar plexus chakra helps us realize who we are and who we want to be, so we can set a course towards our goals. Yeah, and you have the new moon in Leo card over here that definitely talks about the solar plexus as well. And then we have connection. The frequency of connection supports our ability to find alignment and resonance with others, things, and ideas. Okay. Connection and third chakra. Your relationships connect right back to your solar plexus chakra, Virgo. Your solar plexus and your root for this month of October. And the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, is the chakra of personal power, identity, confidence. It is our core. When we have a strong core, don't we stand firmer, more confident, taller, a little bit taller? Don't we stand stronger? It's like we can actually support more of our own body and being when we work on that core. So your connections are having a direct effect on how you see yourself, and they happen for a very long time. You're actually unconsciously receiving a lot of information about yourself and how you should see yourself through other people and through your relationships. And so October is giving you the ability to look beyond the veil, so that the way you get to see, it's kind of like taking a peek backstage at your favorite artist concert, right? You get to see beyond the veil to see how these relationships have formed your identity and the way that you see you. And so the message that I'm getting here is, Virgo, what do you want? Do you know what you want? Do you even want to know what you want? How much do you want to know? How far back do you want to travel with this nerve ending? How deep into the core do you want to venture? Once you know, you cannot unknow. You know the saying, ignorance is bliss, but ignorance can also be a conscious choice. At this point, if you choose to keep your eyes closed to certain things happening within your relationships, even if they aren't things happening directly to you, but it is sort of influencing you to look at yourself and to look at things a certain way, if you choose to keep your eyes closed to that, it's because you have consciously decided to do that and you are aware of it. If not, then you have to look beyond the surface. Either way, you have to deal with the real reflection. Either way. There's no escaping that. In your romance cards for the month, we have here wedding. The situation involves marriage. Okay. Then we have honeymoon, and it says enjoy the bliss of a holiday time together. And release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. All right. So wedding, honeymoon, and release your ex. So you see there's like consistent energy or commitment here that is available to you for sure with honeymoon and wedding. Well, with wedding. Honeymoon is a little bit more fleeting. But yeah, there is definitely some consistent or commitment energy here that is available to you. But first, you have to let go of this back and forth, up and down. Sometimes I'm available, other times I'm not energy or person, whoever this may be. There's a lot of tick for tack energy here as well that I'm picking up, where someone does something to you and you react, or you perceive it as you've done something to me, you've bothered me, you've triggered me. And so you react. And your reaction, though, it might be a week or a month or a year later where the conditions are just right and the opportunity presents itself for just a little bit of get back. And it's not petty energy. It's just it's like you're just seeing it as like, well, you weren't there when I needed you, or you weren't doing what you promised last July 22nd at 3:22 p.m. You guys are Virgos. You're very precise. You guys really remember those tedious details. But so it could be like, well, now 2 years later, I get the opportunity to do the same thing or to put you in the same situation so you can get me. So it's like the goal of it here, like I said, you're dealing with your core this month of October. You're not dealing with the surface level issue. The surface level issue would be, I want you to feel what I felt. I want you to feel what I feel. The real core of that, though, would be, I feel like you don't understand me. So the surface level issue would be like, you know what? I'm doing this because you did it. But the true heart of the issue is actually, I want you to feel how I feel, because I didn't like how you made me feel alone. I didn't like how you made me feel excluded or singled out. And I'm afraid of neglect. I'm afraid of that abandonment. I'm afraid of being left out in the cold or in the dark again. So it's kind of like it starts this cosmic cycle of attachment, and this has to be released so that you can move on to consistency and to someone that can show up committed and that isn't scared off or intimidated by commitment. For those of you in a relationship, please stop comparing the current to the previous. That ghost of an ex is haunting your current situation with those comparisons, if that's what you are doing, and it is causing some tension. And the thing is that for those of you, if you are doing this where you're comparing your ex to your present, your current relationship, your current partner is feeling that, they're detecting that, they're picking up on it, and it is causing some tension within them. Do not allow the last situation to steal any chances from this new situation becoming something, because it can truly become something, okay? So I'm going to go on ahead and clear off these cards, bring back those 3 piles, get to your meditation so we can get to your more personalized message. Right in here on pile 1, we have a black obsidian point. On pile 2, we have this septarian piece. And on pile 3, we have a terminated quartz. All right, and pile number 1, you chose the black obsidian. This is very good for drawing out negative energy as well as protection. Now, like I said, I'm not going to be divining these messages. I'll let you guys do that. But I am going to be shuffling a couple more cards over here so you can ask a question as I'm shuffling, just to see if you receive an answer. And so the very first card that we have here for my pile 1 Virgos for the month of October is the card Cedarwood. And this is the card of connection, trigger statement, it is too much, true statement, I am grounded in my body. Use your empathic abilities to connect with others, discern the information you receive, and do not take on what is not your own. Yeah. Next 2 cards that we have here is happiness. I like that. I love dolphins. They're so cute. And then fulfillment. Happiness and fulfillment. That's a really good pair. Really good one. Then the goddess energy, that'll be overseeing my pile 1 Virgos for the month of October is Athena, knowledge. And Bronwyn, I think I'm saying that right, forgiveness. Yeah. Sounds a lot like your general message, your more general message. And your spell card for the month is love. Look at that. Love. Aphrodite, I call to thee to bring a true love here to me. Very interesting. The final card that we have here is Pearl of Sorrow. And so I'm going to be reading out of the book the definition for this card. But first, like I said, I'm just going to shuffle some cards from my random oracle deck here. I love this deck. But yeah, you can definitely think of a question or a message as I'm shuffling. See if you get an answer. Very first card that we have is temporary. Then we have vulnerability concerns. Wow. Vibrational alignment. And it is 12:12 right now, you guys. Let me just say that. And let's get one more. Oh, and two more came out. We also have over here daddy issues. And take a time out. Okay. See what's under the deck, and then we have 1 week underneath the deck. All right, and with Pearl of Sorrow, what it says here is taking responsibility for your experiences empowers you. You are going to resolve an issue through spiritual inspiration and higher guidance. You will rise up in full connection to your spirit and access a wealth of divine treasure. That which has brought darkness into your world shall submit to the light and be transformed. Oh, I love that. Have courage and commitment to your awakening, for you are a precious being and can go far on the spiritual path this lifetime. Oh, I love that so much. Okay, so for my pile 1 Virgos, thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, but until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, in pile number 2, you guys chose the Septarian piece. And so Septarian is very, very protective. It nurtures a lot, and it definitely is a lot of grounding energy surrounded around Septarian to kind of just pull you out of certain situations that feel very overwhelming. So let's go on ahead and check out you guys' cards. Like I said, I'm not divining these, just basically reading their messages, but I will be shuffling a few cards over here. So you can ask a question as I'm shuffling to see if you get an answer. So the very first card that we have for my pile 2 Virgos for the month of October is Focus. This is the card Empowered. Trigger statement: I don't want to be here. True statement: I'm exactly where I need to be. You are ready to allow the energy from the divine and Mother Earth to fuel you as you fulfill your potential here. Okay. Next 2 cards that we have here is Community and Potential. Okay. Overall September energy or October energy. Time is moving so fast. The goddesses overseeing my pile 2 Virgos for the month is Ellen of the Waves, Patterns, and Maya, Illusion. Okay. Your spell card for the month for my pile 2 Virgos is Safe Home. I cast a circle round about. Safety now is beyond doubt. So some protection rituals. I do have a video coming out very soon for some really powerful protection spells and rituals that I work with personally. And it'll be out soon. And the final card that we have here is Sacrament of Extreme Unction. And I'm going to be reading the definition for this out of the book. But first, I'm going to be shuffling from my little random oracle card deck here, so just to see if there's any additional messages, so you can think of a question as I'm shuffling to see if you can answer. Oh wow, we're just gonna keep shuffling that one. Okay, so we have here on the same page, and finding balance. Get a couple one more. Okay, then we have here within a year, within 2 weeks, and you are not being heard. And under the deck, what we have is watching and waiting. And what it says about this card in the book is your heart knows how to let go so you can find peace. It is time for you to experience spiritual closure. A beautiful new reality is opening up for you. Entering it requires you to release your attachment to the past. You've been inwardly preparing for a powerful rebirth. Now is the time to trust in what is meant for you and move toward it with an open, trusting heart and peaceful mind. Okay. So my pile 2 Virgos, this is all that I'm seeing. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, in my pile 3 Virgos, you guys picked the terminated quartz, which is very, very good for growing out of certain patterns and cycles and habits. And it sort of brings back very good energetic flow, as well as emotional purification is very good for as well. So yeah, let's go on ahead and check out. It's also good for protection. So let's go on ahead and check out you guys' cards. Like I said, I won't be divining these. I'm just simply going to be reading the messages. And I will be shuffling a couple more cards over here that you can ask a question as I'm shuffling. So the very first card that we have in my pile 3 Virgos for the month is Cardamom. And this is the card of integrity, trigger statement. It is their fault, true statement. My thoughts are the cause of my suffering. As emotions rise, go within to see what stories and memories are fueling them. Then release what is not serving you with gratitude. Wow. The overall energy for the month for my pile 3 Virgos is opportunity. Look at that. And blessings. Blessings and opportunity. That's good energy right there. Let's see your goddess energy for the month. The goddess is overseeing my Virgo pile 3s is Kali, liberation. Ooh. Okay. And Parvati, devotion. And their eyes in both of these is very, very striking. Your spell card for the month is strength. Strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. Wow. Your final card is Ishtar's Lion Gate 888, and I will be reading the definition for this card out of the book. But first, I'm going to shuffle a couple of cards right here just to kind of see if there's any additional messages. You guys can think of a question as I'm shuffling. See if you get an answer. All right, that came flying out. So we have practice self-love. That's the first one. Narcissistic. We have play more. Let me get one more. Clear the air. Looks like burning sage bundle. And underneath the deck, we have lopsided effort. Okay, and with the Ishtar's Lion Gate 888, what it says here in the book is your heart has a heightened connection with the higher realms of consciousness and light. A blessing, empowerment, and positive omen shall enter your world, just like it says blessings and opportunity down here. It says doors will open for you, abundance and prosperity are headed your way. Take care of your heart. Ask for spiritual assistance and it shall be granted. Something negative is going to transform into something very positive. Oh, I love that. Okay, so this is all that I'm seeing for my Virgo pile 3s. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys.